like Tallis,
Webke.
Tony Carroll, Webke, Sivanasiva,
they were
just star-studded.
stacked.
Well, they won the comp in 2000, and I was playing them in 2001.
Yeah.
And I remember running the ball, getting like the shit smashed out of me, playing it, and just going, what the fuck am I doing here?
I know.
And I saw all those guys in the defensive line, and I'm just like, no. I shouldn't be.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Monday edition of Mark My Words, Storytime and your questions. We love Monday's podcast after a big weekend of footy. Hello MG.
Hello, Marcus.
Hello Piggy.
Hello, Levy.
Boys, I want to take you back to your football career. First grade football, and I want you in Storytime today to let us know the moment in your career where you said, dear, I'm playing first grade. The welcome to first grade moment where you were absolutely rocked by a veteran. Who gave you yours and what was going through your head while you were looking up at the sky? We all know the guys who trained the house down, but who was the one teammate who lived on meat pies, hated the gym, put zero effort into training, but was completely untouchable on game day?
Two different topics here.
All those different things. So we want to know. We're going to just have a little yarn
bit
about
of spitball. You want to spitball?
I
Well,
want you to
What's
spitball.
your welcome to first? Did you?
I played my first grade debut in '87 was against the Dogs of War.
Can I interrupt for a sec?
Yep.
How many people in rugby league history do you reckon probably say to the story to this day, my welcome to first grade moment was the day that MG lined me up and clocked me?
I know two people who said that.
Really?
Billy Moore said that.
Really?
And I think Webke said it as well.
Right.
Because I played him in Perth and I said, kick out that chubby bloke. But I was at the end of my career, he was at the start of his.
Yeah.
And
okay.
things were changed. But he was a great competitor.
What was yours, MG? Sorry, mate.
I played against the Dogs of War. In 1987, they had Peter Kelly, Peter Tunks, Billy Johnston or Mark Bugden, one of the two. In the second row was Gillespie, Folkes, Lang Maclock.
Jeez.
And they just bashed people. In the centres, they had Farah and Mortimer.
Yeah.
Fucking. And they were, and you know what? I got through it unscathed.
Yeah.
I thought, wow, Dogs of War.
Yeah.
Second game was against Rabbitohs at Redfern, and I got the absolute shit bashed out of me.
Can I guess?
All of them.
Oh, really?
All of them.
Les Davidson?
David Boyle,
Boyley?
Chisholm.
What was Boyley like?
Fennick.
Full on?
Oh, mate. Mate.
He was my trainer.
I got
the Dragons.
bashed. I got bashed.
Really?
And I went, what the fuck is this game? Like, I after playing the first game, you go, because it was a build-up. I was 19 and everyone's going, man, you got to be careful to put him, like they were saying to Tim Sheens, where's your duty of care with this kid? You're playing against the Dogs of War, man. Yeah. Like, and that was okay. The worst hit I got in that game was against Chris Mortimer, who hit me high, and I thought, Yeah. But then the next week, after I'm feeling bulletproof, in the second or third tackle, I got tackled by one of them with South Sydney Pack, and then they just all laid into me.
Really?
And I played 3 runs that game. I shit myself. I went, Cardi.
Too hard.
Fucking oath. Fuck, I'm not playing that shit again. I almost wanted to give up. No, you don't. But I mean, I was
But that's when you learn a lot too.
Such a big contrast from the first week. I'm going, how easy is this?
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting the papers. Me and Jeff Gerard, the old buck, the young, whatever they call them.
Yep.
And then the publicity got to my head, and I played the second week against the Rabbitohs at Redfern Oval and got the shit bashed out of me.
All right, can I throw another question at you off the back of that?
Yeah.
So you're welcome to first grade moment. Do you remember your first grade debut and what were you like in the sheds before kickoff?
Of course you remember it. You remember your first grade debut because it only happens once. I remember being at training and thinking that I can't believe I'm playing with these blokes. You know, Alexander and Izzard and Jeff Gerard and Roy Simmons, and then you run out the field and you go, wow, this is just surreal. And I was always pretty nervous in the dressing room before a game, no matter what it was. I got worse as I got older because I think you realise that you're losing your powers. There's only this kind of window of 5 or 6 years where you're in the zone, and when you get outside of that window, you second guess yourself a little bit, and then you start to think, well, I've got to do something different. Maybe you get pumped up a little bit differently, try a different drink before a game, or I've got a vitamin B shot just to get me going. But I was okay before my debut because I was surrounded by guys who I knew would look after me. But as I got older, the more you play first grade, the more you know how hard this game is, and the more nerves. You know, I was never one of them guys. I could never. Every time I played a night game, I could never sleep through the day.
Really?
Never, ever slept.
Right.
And I never played many night games besides
yeah.
Origin or not even semis. Semis are always
Day,
3 o'clock.
afternoons, yeah.
So most of my games are at 3 p.m. On a Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
But when I come back from Perth in '97 and played for Penrith, we're playing a lot of night games, you know. And I remember me and Tony Pullo were roommates. Tony Pullatua.
Yeah.
And he'd be snoring. And I'm there going, oh, fuck, 3 hours, man. I'm just nervous energy was that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just changes. But no, I wasn't that nervous.
Yeah, right.
I love. I was nervous when Mav made his first grade debut.
Were you?
Oh my goodness!
Because I remember seeing a clip. You got pretty emotional talking about like when he first got named to make his debut.
Yeah.
So what were you like when he made? What, just watching on in the stands and everything?
Yeah, we drove down. We got busfuls and we had shirts on and we had family members, we had friends, and I kind of rocked up to the game thinking, this is happening. This is like Mav's my baby. You know, he's my youngest boy. He's playing first grade. And you see so many of it happen to other mates of yours and ex-teammates, ex-opponents. And when it happens to you, it's just all surreal.
Were you a blubbering mess on the game day?
You would have been for sure.
Mate. I remember we met at the Pioneer Tavern, had about 6 beers. Like,
Calm you down a bit.
Oh, yeah. But then I had to then we got stuck in traffic. I had to go to the toilet. There was a bin on the bus. So I sat at the
straight
front
in.
And my wife's going, you dirty bastard, what are you doing?
Did you get to give him a big hug at full time?
Well, Ivan let us in the dressing room after the game.
Oh, great.
And we got a photo at home with all of us around Mav. Yeah,
That's unreal.
I remember when Kay Dykes made his debut, and I remember him walking to I think it was the northern end of Shark Park, and his dad was there, his grandfather was there who also played, and his 2 brothers, and they were all just a blubbering.
That's so good. That's
so
good.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And just like on the topic of the debut, you know what I love about the modern day access we have to players? When they film the coach telling them they're going to make their debut and bring in the parents, that's so good to see.
I love it.
So good.
It's a great insight, isn't it?
Yeah.
So good to see. It's unreal.
All right, Peg, your turn to shine.
First grade debut. I got 27 minutes off the bench playing at Shark Park. Again, I was playing for the Dragons. There was none of the stuff that we've just spoken about. Like, my mum and dad got 2 tickets behind the goalpost because it was an away game and, like, nothing was done. It wasn't...
Yeah, no, same.
I'm not trying to say... Like, it wasn't special.
Yeah.
It was special for me, but...
It wasn't like the big extravaganza.
That there is these days when kids make their
course.
debut. And obviously there's a lot more to do because of social media and all those sorts of things. But I just remember Andrew Farah, because it was round 1, Andrew Farah told me a week and a half before the game that I was going to play. He's like, mate, you're going to make your debut. I'm going to play off the bench. And I was nowhere near playing. It was Nathan Brown. I don't know if you remember the story. Nathan Brown hurt his neck and never played again after...
What year was that?
2001 in a trial against the Bulldogs at the showground. And then Andrew Farah, the next few days, once Brownie found out they'd never play again, came and grabbed me and said, mate, you're going to be my next hooker. You're going to make your debut. So I ended up getting 27 minutes against the Sharkies. Scored 2 tries.
On debut?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Shit.
I ran about a metre for both. Just
Still,
like barge
it doesn't
overs.
matter.
You were famous for the piggy barge.
For the little barge over.
How many
Yeah.
tries
So
did
I
you
got,
score in your career? 30, 40?
40 or 50. Yeah,
Wow.
40, 50.
Very hard to stop from a metre out.
But you know, when you were just telling your story about your first week, it was so similar to what happened to me because, as I just said, it came on 27 minutes. We beat the Sharks pretty convincingly. So same thing. Go back into Shark Park. Reporters everywhere.
2
doing all the
tries.
stories. You're thinking you're all that. And then I think it was a few weeks later, we played the Broncos at the, it was called ANZ Stadium. Remember the one with the athletics track?
Wow, I hated that place.
Yeah, and like Lockyer, Sailor, Takiri on the wings.
Oh, good luck.
Like, mate, if you went through the like Tallis,
Webke.
Tony Carroll, Webke,
Sivanasiva.
Sivanasiva,
They were
just star-studded.
stacked.
Well, they won the comp in 2000,
Yep.
and I was playing them in 2001.
Yep.
And I remember running the ball, getting like the shit smashed out of me, playing it, and just going, what the fuck am I doing here?
I know.
And I saw all those guys in the defensive line, and I'm just like,
No.
no. I shouldn't be.
Isn't it funny
And
how
that's
some,
that. When you were saying it, I was like reliving the exact same moments. It wasn't the second or third game. Forget when it was, but it was
Yeah,
early in the year,
when
and
it
I was
happened.
like, I shouldn't be with these guys. Like these are men. I'm just a boy, and that was it really. That was my welcome to first grade moment when I was like, holy shit.
It's funny you say that. Like we called the Souths game last Friday, 2 Fridays ago, because we're obviously this comes out on the Monday.
Yeah.
I remember Ashton Ward arrived for Souths,
Oh, he's a little
Oh,
guy.
and I remember looking through the binoculars, going, that can't be a player. Like, but it had all the suit and everything. Oh, wait, that's Ashton Ward.
Yeah.
Mate, there's nothing of him.
Nothing of him.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Like these little blokes that are nothing of them that go out there and play in the NRL
Tough.
these days,
Oh, man.
unbelievable.
Yeah, the game is morphed. We used to be at school games after. Used to look forward to a game of footy after school, and we'd all be in the science lab doing our roll call, and the bus would turn up, and they'd get off the bus, the opposing team, and you go, well, there's their front rowers.
Oh yeah.
There's
yeah,
your half.
Yeah.
He looks like a 5'8" or wing.
Yeah.
But now that team gets off the bus, you go,
Who's
your
who?
front row or second
Yeah.
row or centre? They're like 5'8" these days are 6'4".
Yeah.
Halfbacks are 6'3".
Yeah.
Wingers are either 7 foot or 5'1". Like it's just the game.
But they're
is,
all 100 kilos,
and they're
plus
all
the
and,
wingers.
and the good thing about our game is that no matter how big you are or how small you are, there's a spot for you somewhere.
yeah.
Who's the scariest bloke in the National Rugby League at the moment that you wouldn't want to tackle or come up against? Because I've got mine. Spencer Leniu.
Fisher Harris for me.
I'd say Payne Haas.
Yeah.
Payne Haas, just the way he runs.
He's a beast.
Even the way Stefano played the other night. Stefano, you took a mono.
Yeah.
Like, but there's not many.
Yeah, you'd still
You're
take
tough,
him on. I
honestly.
know that I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I'd still take him on.
Just one.
I'd go down swinging.
I just want one set. One set, one more set of defence, one more of attack, just to get out of his system.
No D. No D.
Just that other
Just go.
that other point that I raised.
Yeah.
Did you play with or against any of the blokes who sort of didn't? Well, I know Piggy.
But see, we played in an era where our coaches would encourage us to go to the pub on a Thursday.
Yeah. But like bad trainers, drinkers, smokers, all that. But that did
But
really
everyone,
well.
but everyone
mate-
I wasn't professional. We weren't professional, so they all worked.
Yeah.
So, but I tell you, a guy who you wouldn't expect in the off season when we used to go party, this guy could party with the best of them, and then be the last one up drinking, and back at his house usually, and he'd be sweeping floors to keep us out. And then we go into a time trial the next day, and he broke club records. It was Brandy.
Really?
Brandy was a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Like just the way, like we'd do a 2.5 time trial every off season, and sometimes we do it 4 or 5 times just to make sure that everyone's at the same. I think backs had to beat 9 minutes, forwards had to beat 10. And Brandy would do. We'd be out all night. I think one year we trained. Was it New Year's Eve maybe? We trained New Year's Day, and he was out New Year's Eve. We're out together New Year's Eve, and we're all partying, and I don't think we even slept. We just and we went and done a time trial at the Howell Oval.
Yeah.
Cricket Oval
Yeah.
is 2.5. 6 laps of that. He done it in bare feet. He done it in bare feet.
No
and
way.
lap blokes. You go, look at this fucker.
He's been out all night.
Oh. Other guys were staying home going, yeah, that's fucking 10 minutes behind him. Like, just a freak of nature. Like, he's just, but through the season, you'd never see him, he's one of the most dedicated players you would see. But,
Wow.
yeah, he was, Brandy was a freak, man.
The best I've seen that loves a party and there's like more fat on a chip. Your mate Anthony Minicello.
Oh yeah, but he's very selective. Like,
Wow.
he
Same as Brandon,
7
yeah.
days a week. He's good,
He's-
and then he might have one.
Oh, when he
one
lets
that
his hair down, he lets his
Oh,
hair
don't
down.
worry, I've been with him on many
Wow.
occasions over the years.
Gold Coast every December. No, every November. Leagues Clubs Australia Conference. Levy, we're going out tonight. I said, mate, I got to MC the whole thing. Mate, he'll end up. He'll come and sit with me at breakfast. I said, have you been to bed? Nope.
Well, that's good. That's good.
I've got a story for you. This is when did this happen? 2002, 2003. I got stitched up big time, right? So back then in the early 2000s, they used to name Australian train-on squads, and it'd be about 40 or 50
So
blokes.
at the end of the season, you
At the
mean?
end of the season, yeah, and it'd be like, each week as
Yep.
you got knocked out, there'd
Yep.
be a few players. I got named in one of those train-on squads, right? So, obviously the usual blokes were there: Barrett, Gaznia, Riles, Cooper,
Yep. The
Timmins.
Brisbane boys.
But for the Dragons,
Oh, sorry.
that was when I
Sorry.
was there. So
Yes.
all those blokes, all been in. I'd never been in anything like that. Got named in the train-on squad. So I get told that we got a meet and greet. I think it might have been on a Friday morning, right? for training. But just a meet and greet won't be hard. On the Thursday night, and you will remember this, the Thursday night was the footy show reviews. Remember they used to do them where you go and
I did all
some of
this
the players
Yeah.
and
Dress
perform,
Yeah.
everything like that. So Riles, Gaznia, Riddell were in the Beatles. Pretty sure it's the Beatles, right? And we've performed on the Saturday night, and then there's obviously an after party.
Yep.
So everyone gets, what they're like. Everyone has a drink before it. Like there's a practice in the afternoon, and then you do it on that night. Everyone's on the drink, and I'm saying to the boys, I can't have a drink. And Gaz and Roz are like, nah, you'll be sweet, mate. You'll be sweet. Like it'll be fine. So anyway, we go out all night, like massive one. I turn up to the Sydney Football Stadium, hung like you wouldn't believe, with Gaz and Rosie in the car. We carpooled together from St George Leagues Club. So I get there and find out we're training.
What?
We're getting flogged. And I'm just going, oh no. Chris Anderson was the coach, right? So I look around at old mate Riles and Gazzy, and I'm going, you blokes have
bastards.
fucking got me a beauty here. So Riles, he's got a part injury that I don't even know about. He goes into the gym, starts getting on the rower. Gaz is one of those blokes that's an absolute freak like Brandy that could go out all night and then just train the house down.
Yeah.
Poor old pig. Right? I was horrendous, right? That doesn't finish there. I was horrendous. And we were doing these, we did a couple of laps around the footy stadium, warm up, throw the footy around. I'm thinking, fuck, I'm going to get through this. And then we went out the back. Do you remember where the outdoor cricket nets were? And I think they're still there now.
Yep.
Then we went out there for a bit
Near
of
the
a session.
Near the SCG.
Near the SCG.
Yep.
We go out there, and I was going, oh, shit. All the cones.
Which is hats.
Cones were set up, tackle bags. So we had to do these Malcolms, which are like the get-downs, get-ups, and then you got to tackle a bag. And you do 1 for 1, 2 for 2. I'm going through doing it. Anyway, arse is hanging out. I'm awful, horrendous. Everything finishes, wraps up about an hour, right? All the boys, there's a heap of boys there. I can't remember who exactly, but Hopper was there. And Hopper walks over to me as we're walking off. He goes, hey, pig. I go, yeah, Hopper. He goes, you can train with me whenever you want. And I go, why? He goes, you're the first person I've ever fucking beaten. I was like, oh, no.
Any chundering?
Oh, no vomiting.
Would have been
Mate,
close.
I was horrendous. Awful.
That's a great story.
Oh,
That's
my
a great
God.
story.
Well, on that note, let's get into the questions.
Wow.
Todd's first up. Is it better to tie up $1.2 million in an elite game managing halfback or spread that money evenly across a dominant top-tier forward pack, gentlemen?
Piggy know more about this than me.
I'd rather spend it on a $1.2 million elite game managing halfback. One, because I don't think there's many around. And two, I don't think you're going to get a top-tier dominant forward pack for $1.2 million.
No.
No, you're paying asses on, that's
you're
paying
right.
ass, isn't it?
You're right. If there's a $1.2 million
You want a game
halfback
winner.
on the market, you get him.
You got to get him.
Yep.
And
game
you
winner.
work something out after that, don't you?
You
Because
build
he's-
around him.
Yeah, there's not many around.
Thank you, Todd. Phil asked the question, how much value does a club legend veteran actually bring to a young squad if their physical prime is behind them?
Oh, it's immense. Everything.
Yeah.
I think if you respect the position you're in, that club legend will be paramount to your success. Because not only is he playing in the same team as you, he's been there and done it for a long time. And the reason he is a legend of the club is because he's been in the exact same position you've been in. So respect that bloke to the fucking end of the world and back.
Yeah. And if they're setting the standards for the team and the club's going well and everything, they're so valuable. Sometimes they're more valuable for what they contribute off the field in
Yep.
the club standards
Yep.
and expectations of the team than what you actually need them for on the field.
Gee, some good questions. Kate's next. Who is the most polarising player in the game right now, and do they actually deserve the criticism they get from the media?
Polarising,
Jeez, I'm racking my brain.
polarising.
What would you put Jerome in that class?
Jerome would be in there.
But I personally don't think he's polarising.
I love him.
I love Jerome.
I love Jerome.
I love him. I always have. I think he's a lovely fella, and I can't wait for him to get
Bruce
to the
Walsh is
Eels.
polarising.
But again,
But I love him.
I don't know Reece Walsh,
No.
but I've interviewed him over the years, and I think he's a great fella. And then I see on social media him and his daughter and everything after the game. I think he must be a lovely fella, a great fella. It's hard, isn't it? I hate that polarising sort of term.
it is. Well, like, and I think it's when I remember I used to write for Rugby League Week, and they used to do a poll each year about who's the most overrated player.
Did you write it?
No, I didn't write
Did you write it?
the poll.
No, I mean
Who
the
is?
articles.
No, I did. I wrote a few.
The old ghost ones. Yeah. Ghost writers.
The polarising player.
I got a polarising person.
Who?
Michael Maguire.
Yeah.
But
You
I
could
love
put
him.
Madge in. You could put Madge
But
in that.
I love him.
I love Madge.
Like, all these guys who are polarising. I love them.
It seems that all these guys are polarising are all very successful as well.
Yeah, and that's why they're polarising, I suppose.
Don't be successful.
Like, I mean, Zach Lomax is polarising.
Yep.
Yeah.
Geez, you went quiet there.
PNG. What? Anyway.
Hey.
Don't
James.
wind you up.
Ja-
Well, nearly finished this, baby.
He's just finished his
He's
Yeah,
9 to 12.
Yeah.
It's a great show today too.
Oh.
James, when is it time for a club to admit a rebuild has failed? Exactly how many seasons do you give a coach before you pull the pin? Well, given the Dragons' NRLW side is struggling, Piggy, your thoughts?
Yeah, we're in a 5-year plan at the moment.
7.
Seven, six,
Let's
7.
make it 10.
No, we're in a 5-year plan.
Didn't
We've
you
id-
sign- Actually,
Here we go. You're going to like this one. We've identified key areas that we need to improve.
But didn't you start the season by signing all these internationals and saying, "Oh, you've got a red hot team," blah blah blah?
No,
it's
they're-
gonna be-
they're
it's gonna be
coming next
better.
year.
Yeah, next
They're
year.
next year. Okay, fair enough. Just checking.
They will
They're
be
coming next
They will
year.
make. They will make.
And there's more to come.
Oi!
Well, I'm imploring the NRL auditor to go and look at this man's book. Are you running 2 books?
Semi, bro. No, where's Sammy?
How many boats have you been giving out in cars?
Girls don't like fishing.
Chris, does the New South Wales Cup and Queensland Cup currently do enough to prepare halves for the speed of the NRL, or are we throwing young playmakers to the wolves too early?
I suppose yes and no. It depends on the individual. Like I think the young guy who played for the Dragons at the start of the year
Reedy, Cade
was
Reed.
maybe a little bit early for him. But some guys are like duck to water. At the moment we're seeing Joey Walsh at Manly, who's the rigours of week to week are starting to catch up with him. And,
Yep.
where someone like the guy in Canberra, Sanders, is starting to flourish somewhat later in the year. So it depends about the situation you're in. It depends on what kind of makeup your team is in at the moment. But I think New South Wales Cup and Queensland Cup are there for what they're there for. Yeah. To get players and like players for like Blaze Talagi this week is going back to play in New South Wales Cup. It could be the best thing that happens to his confidence.
You know my bugbear?
What?
My bugbear is I'd love to be able to weigh in on this, but we don't get to see them. Unless
No.
you're going
Yeah,
to a park
I
to
don't
go
like
and watch
that
them.
either. No,
I
no,
just
gotta be
wish
televised.
that's another conversation.
I just
though,
wish we had an
isn't it?
opportunity to see the players rising through the ranks
I agree.
that we're going to one day be able to see in the NRL.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is,
agree.
but I just go back to growing up. I used to go to
There's
the
nothing
footy with
better.
my old man.
Nothing
You watch
better.
the
So
three
good, eh?
gauge. I used to go and watch the Toyota Cup or Holden Cup, whatever it was called. Bozo used to say, mate, keep an eye on the blonde kid. That's Tom Trebojevic.
Yep.
Yeah.
You follow his career. Now, like, when do we get to see New South Wales Cup? We're at the footy every weekend.
Well, you
we never
don't-
get to
you
watch
don't-
it.
you
Or
hardly
Jersey
get to
Fleet.
see
Like we
any
had,
Fleet.
I was lucky. I grew up with under 23s reserve grade and first grade. Midday, 1:30, then 3 o'clock was first grade.
Yeah.
And yeah, like if you were at Penrith Park at 12 o'clock on a Saturday, you'd see all these young kids coming through. Then you'd watch reserve grade and the crowd. And sometimes you just feel the crowd getting bigger.
They do, yeah.
And it's just such a
so good,
such
eh?
a big thing
It's a
when you're a
buzz.
young bloke.
Yeah.
But now these New South Wales Cup players are playing in front of fucking 20 people.
Yeah, I know.
Like respect.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Can I answer this one as well? I think they do enough, as MG just said there. I think New South Wales Cup and Queensland Cup do enough. But I also think it's on the clubs to prepare the halves properly to get them ready for the NRL.
Yep.
And you know the example I always go back to? Tom Dearden. When he got thrown in at the Broncos when he was like 19 or 20 or whatever, and they were getting hammered from pillar to post. Like, it was obviously way too early for him. But then when he got through his career and then went to the Cowboys and then they trusted him there and backed him. Then he turned into an Origin player, and it was almost like it's almost like these halves. They need time.
Yes.
Like there's very rare that they can come in at 18 like a Lockie Galvin and do it. That might be a 1 in 40 of the halves, or 1 in 50, or 1 in 100. I don't know what it is, but I think with the young ones, they need to bide their time in New South Wales Cup. There's a good example at the moment of a kid called Toby Rodwell, who's at the Roosters, halfback. They reckon he's played, I was talking about him the other day, they reckon he's played about 30 or 40 New South Wales Cup games already. And I think that's the Roosters going, okay, we've got
100%.
DCE at the moment, we've got Sam Walker, but we're getting this kid ready. So when DCE and, they've also got Hugo Savala, who they've re-signed, but he's played 40 or 50 New South Wales Cup games. That's what the Dragons got to do with Cade Reid. And I know that's probably what Dean Young's talking to Cade about, is that, hey, mate, you're still 19.
Yeah.
You're 20. Like, I know we've signed Metcalf. I know we've signed Cody Nikorima. But
your next 2 or 3.
Yeah. Do you understand, MG?
100%.
Like you're going to be there.
Yeah.
You'll probably play
just
a few
because you
games
haven't played first grade after 10 New South Wales Cups game, that's not the end of your career.
That's right, yeah.
No, that's that nurturing ground for first grade footballers.
I reckon if you said to him, if you said, look, you're going to play 40 or 50 games of New South Wales Cup over the first 3 years, 20 to 23, but then you're going to play 10 years in the NRL. What do? You
take that.
Take it every day of the week, aren't you?
Yep.
So,
well said.
Just before we wrap up, I wasn't looking through you, Piggy, but what's been very off-putting recording this podcast today is that alongside you there's a whole heap of books. Finding Home, A User's Guide to the Mind, Average at Best, White Mountain, Tight Lines, The Shut-Ins, and 138 dates. Which, out of interest, which of those are you reading?
They're all mine. I've just finished them. I just brought them in for everyone.
I would say, if out of them ones, I'd go a user's guide to the mind.
Well, I thought Tight Lines was a fishing book. Is it not?
Well, that could be a rugby league book. The Shut-Ins.
White Mountain's a drug book.
No,
Just spin off from
that's a Blue Mountain's cousin.
When will it happen for me? That's Mark Levy's autobiography.
No, I thought you were going to say.
No, 138 days is his.
I thought you were going to say average at best, like my career.
We finish on a pearl.
Yeah,
all right. You know what? On that note, we're out of here.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye, Piggy. There they are, the boys. Mark My Words podcast. Leave us some questions. Follow us. Spread the word. We'll catch you on Thursday for Mark My Words.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website